So today we're playing the Ranger, and today we're going to be trying out these amulets. The Amulets of Alchemy, along with the Poison Ivy, Bloodthorn and a lot of potions to inflict a lot of poison and to turbo stack our spikes. Now this build is looking quite crazy. They have a crazy amount of power with 2 Amulets of Steel. That Falcon Blade is going to be doing crazy damage. However, we also do crazy damage. But hey, check this run out and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, today we're running sacrifice, so let's go ahead and jump into some rank games with the Ranger and see just what we can do today. So we're starting off with an eye lamp, which is crazy. 1 eye lamp and 2 leather bags. We're definitely going to need a weapon, that's for sure. I do want to grab the lump of coal, but I kind of want to go for a burning torch. Or we'll take the whetstone as well. Now we do want to roll looking for that wooden sword, but unfortunately, we're going to be a little bit behind. Now we do want to craft up this ice right now. And we're going to have to take garlic as well. And we're going to have to move on. So honestly, not a crazy round 1. We have a tiny little bit of damage mitigation. And by the time we actually make use of this eye lamp, our opponent is going to deal a lot of damage to us. So unfortunately, we're going to lose this round. However, we are going to be crafting up that torch, which is going to be awesome. We're going to be getting this leather armor, which is going to be also fantastic. And we are going to be crafting up this burning coal. It does mean our garlic is going to have to come out for now, but this should be a lot better for us. For sure. We definitely want to go for torch, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a lot of value for us right now. However, can we deal with this Reaper? It's not looking too bad so far. They haven't broke through our armor, but they do have that healing with the shell to them. But smashing. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. And we could go for that magic torch since we had a banana, but honestly, I'm going to rock with the burning torch for now. We could take the banana. I'm going to leave it for now. That is turnip straight away. I do want the gloves and I do want the turnip. So honestly, I'm going to make a big pivot right now. I'm going to be selling all of this. So we can take our turnip for now. And we also want to get our gloves. We're going to take the stone for now. We might actually need to move out our short bow since we have no banana. But turnip should be pretty strong in this round. But for now, we're going to move on. We definitely want to go claws of attack instead of the short bow. That's for sure. We're going to keep moving. How can we deal with this pyromancer? They're going to have a crazy amount of healing with goobers. They're going to have scaling damage with that burning torch, but we're stacking up a lot of spikes. And we have scaling damage with our eye lamp. So honestly, this is going to be smashing for us. Really awesome. Okay, speaking of awesome, we definitely want this leather bag. We're going to be adding in our gloves of haste for now. So let's roll. Now we could just go for that Bloodthorn. So yeah, we're definitely going to go for Bloodthorn. We're going to be selling this. And we're going to be taking this banana. However, we're going to switch this in here. And that is going to be a lot better for us. Just so we can increase the speed of our banana. As we increase the speed of our Bloodthorn, or turnip, it is going to be eating up a lot of stamina. So it should be much better. We'll have to see though, our opponent does have that battle rage. They do have the utility pouch to keep him alive. Once battle rage ends, smashing. Extremely awesome. Now speaking of extremely awesome, that's a set of healing herbs, which we are going to grab too. But for now, we're going to be crafting up that Bloodthorn. Now I'm going to lose the garlic for this round, so we can actually add in a set of healing herbs too. I'm also going to take the stamina sack, but we do want to grab a stone too. And then we can go for strong stone skin potion as well. Which will be awesome. Because then we can go for Poison Ivy type build if we do want to. But we'll see. Our opponent is stacking up a lot of healing with the shell totem and a lot of empower. They're going to be scaling up the damage with that dagger, and especially going to begin a wooden buckler. Running these 2 weapons is going to eat up stamina pretty badly. However, still just far enough to continue on, which is awesome. And we definitely want to increase the speed of the Bloodthorn as much as we can without eating up a crazy amount of our stamina. Speaking of stamina, let's take our stamina sack. Now let's roll. However, I will be taking this fanny pack for now. We can slightly move this down a little bit. That should be much better. Now, do we want the cards? Do we want the turnip? Not exactly. Definitely want to grab the gloves, which is going to be awesome. I do want to grab the amulet, just in case we come across the amulet of whales. So with that, we're going to reserve these 2 and we're going to move on. And we could also take one of those other, like the flutes or an extra banana to help with our stamina, because If you do keep increasing the speed of our blood turn, we're going to be in trouble. We also need Vampirism or regen so we can scale up our Vampirism, because right now it's only on 2. Which is not super fantastic. But it's still going to be... That's... Holy gloves. Well, to be honest, we're going to be grabbing 1 pair of gloves. We're going to be grabbing the Amulet too. What's going to be the Amulet of Alchemy, which just might not actually be too bad, because then we can start stacking a bunch of potions. And if you do get strong stone skin potions, honestly, this could be awesome, especially if you do get poison flasks too. So this could actually be insanely good for Poison Ivy. We'll have to see. So far, we got a big crit. And it's not looking too bad. Smashing even. Awesome. Then we get to choose a subclass, which we are definitely going to go Poison Ivy for now. We're not turbo stacking spikes, but eventually we'll make it work. We're going to slot it in here for now, which is not fantastic. We're going to grab our health pot. We're going to roll. And fantastic. Now we definitely want this pineapple, but I'm going to roll once more. And that's that potion which we desperately need too. We're going to move on with this setup. Now our Poison Ivy is going to be sitting in this position, which is going to give a ton of value to it as well. Which should be awesome. However, right now our build is not making much use of the Poison Ivy because we're not actually reaching that poison threshold. But we still managed to pull ahead. We got a big crit. We probably shouldn't have won that round, but I'm not complaining. So for this round, we definitely want to grab the Stone Skin Potion, and we want to craft this up into strong Stone Skin Pot, because honestly, it does give you spikes at the very beginning, which is fantastic. And we do want to grab another stone. We do want to grab another strong health pot. We're going to take the pineapple. We're going to roll, and we definitely want all these potions. As much as I'd love to craft up another strong Stone Skin Potion, I don't think we're going to have the capability to actually do it. We're also going to sell that so we can actually add in a pineapple. And now we're looking like we're in a much better position. We also want to grab the acorn color for some crit chance. And this genuinely could be insane setup. However, we would be in a much better position once we craft us up into a strong Stone Skin Pot. But still, smashing. Fantastic. So this round, we're going to be taking the Poison Pot. Okay, we're going to take this potion for now too. And we're going to have it set up more like this. So our Poison Ivy is going to be sitting in. Now it's actually losing a little bit of value, but it should be okay. With the Amulet of Alchemy, we're going to have a chance to trigger these potions again. And if we get super lucky and trigger the strong Stone Skin Potion, it's going to be awesomely insane. We may actually want this down below, instead of having a strong health pot. So this is looking a lot better. Now we also want to grab our acorn color so we get that crit chance on our blood turn. But we're going to move on. This could be insanely awesome. I do kind of want to slow it down just for a second. And we'll see. We've inflicted a crazy amount of poison instantly. Your opponent's going to be dealing that damage, or taking that extra damage, I mean. And with that, actually, fantastic. That was kind of insane, not going to lie. Our DPS at this point, in 8 seconds, we dealt basically 400 damage. Well, 375 to be exact. Being between our blood turn, our poison, and our spikes, which is honestly fantastic. We definitely want to grab the acorn color so then we get that crit chance on our blood turn. And we want to grab this stamina stack. Now we do want to roll. We should be taking more Stone Skin Potions. I think we're going to let this potion go for now, and we definitely want to grab the higher container, because that is going to be that scaling, vampirism, and spikes for us, which is going to be just continuously inflicting that poison. Now can we beat this pyromancer? Honestly, it's looking definitely like so. However, they are making a comeback, but not too bad. But yeah, this build was super fun, and I do believe we can actually take it further, because we did survive with 5 lives. Let's go and see, can we get to full 17? We do have 7 runs to go, which is genuinely crazy. Now we're going to start off with the protector first, so we can actually add in our heart container. Now we do have 3 gold. I do want to roll, looking for some different items. We could take a second acorn color. Should we take a second one? We don't really have any luck. So honestly, this acorn color is going to be doing very little for us. So I'm not going to take this one until we start stacking up a little bit more luck. However, I will actually be taking these as well. We may actually want to start taking Capture Resilience to try and reduce opponent's healing as well. So a lot of fantastic items, a crazy shop on sale. We're going to be taking as much as we can. Now we'll see. We're facing a pretty darn lucky opponent because they actually haven't got that Excalibur gun. So it's looking pretty good in our favor. Yeah, it should definitely be some mashing here. We got extremely lucky facing that opponent, not going to lie. It is what it is. Now we're going to be taking the stamina sack. And honestly, we're going to be crafting up vampiric armor. It's going to be too good not to take. We could also go for vampiric gloves just to increase the speed of our bloodthorn even more. But we're going to continue on with this. I'm going to switch our setup around so our gloves are targeting our heart container. It might be a little bit more difficult with our stamina wise, I mean, because with our banana, it's not going to be as fast as it was before. But again, we're going to move on. We're going to be crafting up vampiric armor, which is going to be even more defensive layer first, because it's going to be that crazy amount of block, which should be awesome. Now we're going to begin another poison ivy, but we're stacking up a lot more poison in there. And smashing. Literally outpacing this other poison ivy build. So with that, we're definitely going to be taking our pineapple for now. We're going to be taking our helmet. We're going to roll. That's another helmet, which I do actually want to grab, and that's another poison pot, which is going to be awesome. For now though, I'm going to be taking this funny back. Now we can increase the speed of our armor if we do want to, or we can increase the speed of our bloodthorn even more. But I'm going to settle for armor just to keep us alive a little bit more. I do actually want to reserve this cap resilience. I do want to grab this potion, and I do want to move on. And we'll see. Now our opponent is rocking a crazy looking setup with bloodthorn, turnip, brass knuckles after running through all their stamina, but after that we should be in a pretty good spot. However, yeah, it's not looking too bad. Smashing. Okay, that's another acorn color, which is kind of awesome. But for now, let's grab the poison pot. Let's grab the cap. Let's grab this since it's on sale, and let's roll. And we could honestly take a prismatic orb. And that is stacking luck, so we get that crit chance as well, which we do kind of want. I'm going to opt to have in our Stone's Combustion in here for now. Even though we're not going to trigger with our potions onto the next potion, it's still going to be better than having in a garlic for now. Acorn color, we're not going to be able to put in as of right now. So we're going to just roll on with this setup, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, this build is looking quite crazy. They have a crazy amount of power with 2 Amethyst Steel. That Falcon Blade is going to be doing crazy damage. However, we also do crazy damage. And smashing. But definitely insane looking build. Amethyst Steel with Stone Badge. With this is insane too. However, I would honestly place this vampiric armor over beside the Shield of Valor because then you get even more armor generation from it. But still, we are definitely going to be moving on for now. We definitely want to grab this. And we actually want to add in our flutes for now, which does mean we actually cannot take a prismatic orb, but that should be okay. Now that is another mana orb. Should we actually take it? And we could craft up a stone helmet if we do want to, but we're not going to. I'm just going to add in our acorn color for now. Since we have the flute in, we should be able to get a little bit more crit chance. We could take another acorn color, but I actually think that's going to be a little bit overkill. So I do want to roll. Speaking of acorn color, you want an acorn color for your acorn color? Let's leave it. And awesome. Definitely want to grab one of these too. And we also want to add in our cap as well. That's another poison flask, which I do honestly want to grab. Now the problem I do find with this amulet is you kind of need it situated in more like this. Which is going to be awesome, but still, it makes it a lot more awkward to stack up your potions. And we could lose an acorn color just to fit in our helmet. But I'm going to keep in 2 acorn colors, that way we can try to burst down our opponents a little bit faster. And with that, we're going to continue on for now. And we'll see. Double chain up anvil, they're going to have a ton of healing. But can they survive our damage? We have a ton of armor. We'll have to see. They're healing for quite a bit. They're keeping it going, they're still in that battle rage. And honestly, it's not looking too good for us. I just fell short. Holy moly. That heart container proc. And the healing. But unfortunately, we just couldn't keep up with their defensive layer. Being the dragon skill armor and the healing from the chain ups. Which is unfortunate, it is what it is. So we do want to take the prismatic orb, that way we do get some vampirism from the very beginning, which should be awesome. I do want to grab this Peasant's Flask. But we're going to roll. Now our bag opportunity is not that great, it's just going to be a protective little purse, but it does mean we can add in our helmet. I'm going to Solid Garlic to roll once. That was Warping, which we could have taken as well to help with our stamina. But at this point, I don't think we actually do want to grab it. And we could also take a second heart container to be scaling up our vampirism even more. However, this is the second final round. So we're going to have to be quite choosy in what we pick or reserve in the next round, because we're only going to get 15 gold. So we actually can't get both these unless we sell some items. Okay, so we did move our setup around. Now we have our gloves targeting 2 pineapples instead of the heart container. But it does mean a prismatic orb is going to give us a little bit of healing efficiency. We do lose 1 cap, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And with that, we are going to roll on for now. Now, is this going to be enough, or is it going to fall short? We're going to up again a crazy looking setup with the friendly fire, with a south fire. They're going to be dealing big damage. However, they have very little defenses, so we should be able to smash them down. The only defenses was basically this cap of discomforts. Other than that, they had really no defenses. A lot of food items to give them a lot of healing, but still, they were trying to stack up that damage. So they would benefit really a lot from having in vampiric armors, or even sun armors. Just overall making them a lot more defensive. But awesome. Now we did reserve the heart container. Should we prioritize the heart container over the pestilence flask? Well, since we have the Amulet of Alchemy, I'm going to prioritize the flask, which does mean I'm going to get rid of a heart container. If you want to roll, we are definitely going to be grabbing this fanny pack too, just so we free up a little bit of spaces. I'm going to continue to roll. We can take a Lucky Clover, or we could take a health pot. Let's grab the health pot for now. Let's go ahead and roll once again, and I do kind of want this potion bolts, but this is going to be the final round. So with that, I'm actually going to sell one of our caps in favor of actually grabbing the potion bolts. That way we can slot it in and down below, and then we can free this up, and now our space is looking a lot better. Okay, so we managed to move our setup around quite a bit, which should be in a lot better position. We're going to have our blood turn down in this position in our ranger bag, along with our fanny bag. With our 2 gloves targeting and blood turn along with our spike stacking, so our poison ivy goes crazy. Now the poison ivy location is honestly not that great. Now it would be way better if we did tag our acorn colors along with our blood turn, but I do want to prioritize getting a prismatic orb to give us 2 vampirism at the very beginning, but also giving us a tiny bit of healing efficiency. Not the most ideal prismatic orb, but still going to be decent whatsoever. We do have a flute in this position, so that way we can start scaling up our crit chance in the middle of the fight, and we have our amulets of alchemy in here as well. Which is going to, which honestly has been pretty decent in this whole setup. Normally, I do not like this alchemy. Normally, I do not like this amulet, but with the poison ivy, it's actually pretty darn good. Now, if we did have more strong stone skin potions, this build would be a lot better. The Amulet of Alchemy might have been awesome with our setup. However, I do still believe that this amulet is very kind flippy. Meaning that if we get super unlucky and we don't proc the right potions, like that strong stone skin potion that we have, it would be very problematic for us. But let's go ahead and see. Is this going to be good enough? Can we win out? Are we going to be able to win? We'll just have to see. Now, I wish we had some cap discomforts, which would reduce our opponent's healing, because our opponent is going to have an insane amount of healing. However, actually they're dealing massive damage, and it's just going to fall short, unfortunately. Right at the end, Nocturnal Locklifter, super popular. If you do not run healing reduction, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to lose to it. They actually had a good bit of DPS, especially running 2 Ruby Chunks and Dominated Wilds. So unfortunately, even though our setup was kind of awesome, it just managed to fall short. But let's check our DPS. Our DPS was actually pretty decent at 50 DPS. It definitely could have been way better. But still, wasn't too bad whatsoever. Let's check our heals. Our heals, honestly, not that great. However, a block was our main defense, and honestly, we had a ton of block. Kind of awesome. And with that, I do want to check our stamina, especially since we increased the speed of our return by quite a bit. Which 1.6, which wasn't too bad whatsoever. Now, opponent's DPS literally outscale us completely. Ruby Chunks is kind of insane, especially with 3 prismatic orbs. Now, let's check our heals. 79 healing per second, which is insane. If you do not run cap discomfort again this opponent and get a lot of bloody amulets, 9 times out of 10, it's just going to be a loss. Unless you can burst them down before they can heal back up. But that is genuinely just an insane amount of healing. Even with increased damage and with the poison, we just couldn't outpace them. We did survive 3 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we got. How much you want to get? Plus 14. Ranking us up quite a bit. But anyways, going to leave it for now. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. See you next time.